Think of Lama Tsongkhapa Vajradhara on our head. I think, please bless my mental continuum. Please help me to progress along the path to full enlightenment of Buddhahood. In particular, please bless me to rely properly upon my teachers through action, or through deeds. And Vajradhara, Lama Tsongkhapa, the Guru, is very pleased with you for practicing the path. Pours down 5 colored light rays and nectar into you, completely filling your body with rainbow nectar light, which blesses you to progress along the full path to enlightenment, and here particularly blesses you to relate properly to your spiritual teacher through action. So again, I think of my teacher, that same teacher in front of me. Pick one. Think. So now this one comes naturally. This comes last because it develops naturally from the others. So we think of that same teacher and we think, okay, so this teacher of mine, first of all, I now recognize is the Buddha. Right? This teacher of mine is the Buddha. And then also this teacher of mine is the most kind to me. Has showered me with kindness. Incredible, more kindness than myself, more kindness than my friends and family, more kindness than the Buddhas of the past, even more kindness than Shakyamuni Buddha, actually guiding me to enlightenment. Unbelievable, like miraculous that I could meet such a person, such a manifestation of the Buddha. And this is the Buddha manifest in human form to guide me and help me. Right? So now, right, of course, if that's the case, then I want to relate properly to them through my actions. So there are 3 ways that I want to relate properly to them through my actions. One is, right, when I think about that they're the Buddha, and then that this karmic relationship, right, where they represent all the Buddha's activities to me, they are the Buddha manifest for me, and they're the most kind one to me. Right? And the first is, of course, I want to, if I have some physical things, materials to offer, then I want to offer it to them. Right? Like so, and this could be even like when I light a candle on my altar, I want to light it to them. Right? When I make water bowl offerings on my altar, I want to make it to them, because they're the most kind. And all the Buddhas manifest through them anyway, right? So I want to make all my offerings to my Guru, who is all the Buddhas. Who's not separate from all the activity of all the Buddhas. If I have the opportunity to actually give them something, right? Like, so I take the example like of this teacher of mine. Right? So like, actually they don't really want much, but if I have the opportunity to offer them lunch or dinner, if I have the opportunity to make an offering of some money to them, I want to do that. Also, they have projects, though, right? Helping others in the world. If I make offerings to those projects, then that's also offerings to them. So many of these kinds of teachers, depending on who your teacher is, has those kind of projects. And so I feel, I want to help. I want to offer because they're the activity of all the Buddhas. They're so kind to me. Of course, I want to do some small effort to repay their kindness. So the lowest level of doing that, the lowest of these 3 is offering material things, which is meaningful, so I want to do that. But then we feel, right, if they're, given how kind they've been to me, I want to do more than that. So the second kind of offering is to offer service and respect. Right? And so that could be like, when I'm in their presence, I want to actually serve them. Right? It would feel like such an honor to serve somebody who's been so kind to me. So when they're around, I want to, set up their seat, bring them tea or water, or bring them, anything I can offer to offer service and to help them. Help them with travel and so on. But also offering service can also include, volunteering, right, to help their efforts, to help their projects for others. So if they have various projects in this world, then I feel if I get the opportunity to offer some volunteer hours, service to that, that's also offered, because their project, I'm offering service to them. And I feel, wow, I totally want to do that. Because I feel such a heartfelt appreciation for their kindness and their help to me. And also I recognize their activity is the activity of all the Buddhas. So for me, offering service to their effort is offering my service to all the Buddhas' activity. So I feel like a great happiness or enthusiasm or contentment at the idea of offering material things and offering service to them. And so of those two, which we want to do all three of these to the extent we can, but the least of those three is offering material things. The middling one is offering service, which is meaningful, very meaningful. And then the best way, the most important way of relying in action on, or in deeds on my teacher is by practicing the teachings that my teacher taught me. That's the supreme offering to the teacher, is the offering of practice. And so we feel then, right, like if this is how the Buddha manifests to guide me, right, in the form of this teacher who teaches me the path to enlightenment, who's more kind than all the Buddhas of the past, even more kind than Shakyamuni Buddha, right, then when they teach me the path to enlightenment, if I don't put that into practice, then really what could be more stupid than that? There's really nothing more foolish than for me, if I were not to put into practice what this most kind Buddha manifest in physical form to guide me is teaching me. If I don't practice that, then I'm really, it'd be like smashing my head into a wall or something. It'd be it's just foolish, completely foolish, right? And so so I feel then, right, what I mostly want to dedicate my life to is putting those teachings into practice. And that includes everything from the preliminaries of the Lam Rim, right, like cleaning up the meditation room, putting offerings on the altar and so on, up to meditating on the various topics that my teacher has taught me, right, all the different, all the different practices, right? Whether it's everything from sweeping up the meditation room to meditate, to the advanced topics like meditation on emptiness, whichever I'm capable of, that's what I want to dedicate my time to. Because that's how to properly rely on my spiritual teacher. That's the most important point. And so every day I want to spend time, I dedicate myself to practicing the teachings of my teacher. If my guru has given me some personal advice for practice, then absolutely, of course I want to practice that and make that my main focus. Right? Whatever they've advised to focus on, because they know how to help me spiritually. That's their role. So if they've explained, certain practices, and this applies actually to practices they've taught in public teachings and also to personal, actually both equally, really, those are the things to practice. Of all the teachings, in the 84,000 different teachings of the Buddha, what my guru has taught me are the most important ones to practice. And so that's the supreme offering to my guru. That's the best way of pleasing the mind of the guru. Right? Because if the guru teaches and then explains how to practice the Dharma, and then I practice that, then that's the best offering possible to make. So we conclude this last meditation with the resolution. From now on, what I want to do, not just have to do, it's not some duty, it's in my heart, what I really want to do, what would bring me happiness and joy is to practice the teachings of my guru. We can pray, like, may my life and my practice and my Guru's teachings be inseparable.